finally done it. Their first MotoGP era victory and their 250th victory in their entire Grand Prix career in all classes.
Corsa begins the year with a win, as he did last year in Valencia, in style. Corsa takes out the season opener and says yes. The margin back to the second place. Troy Bayliss.
Nakano fighting back, but it's not going to be enough. That Aprilia, too much power for Nakano today, so it's third for Battaini and fourth for Nakano.
Well, I think the Aprilias are going to dominate at Assen personally, but, well, we haven't been there.
Finally, our MotoGP winners.
Right, it's time to give this place a massive clear out because I'm ready to start painting. So excited. It's been a long, good few weeks to get these panels fit for purpose. Now's the time to start painting. This is probably the easy part because I've done so much prep work. Hopefully there should not be any problem with this at all. I'm going to give this place a right good clear out. I'm going to get my vacuum in here, the wife's vacuum cleaner. Give it all a massive hoover up and get some bin bags, clear off all this crap so don't want any dust anywhere. I want to minimise that as much as possible. The worst thing about this room is that it is a spray booth, practically also a workshop, and a spray booth should be clear. There should be nothing in it really because every single object in here can harbour dust, but I don't have that option. I don't want all this crap putting in there. So let's give this place a good clear out and get started with some painting finally. We're moving on. Alright, so I've worked tirelessly on this job, absolutely tirelessly. I'm so shattered. It's cold outside, cold and wet and miserable, and it's been moist in here and cold in here. I've struggled to get the heat right. I've got a gas heater in the other room, the big garage part, and I've got my other heater down here. It seems to be a nice dry temperature now. The problem is if it's too hot, it's okay for the base coat, but it's bad for the clear coat. But if it's too cold, it's bad for the base coat, but it's bad for the clear coat. So I've had problems with the base coat basically not flashing off as quick as I want it to for me to continue. So I managed to get some of the base coating done on some parts, but I'm just going to do all the black bits now, basically. Do the tank and these air scoops, stuff like that. Get all the black bits out of the way. Try and get these in clear coat today. The tank's going to be in clear coat, hopefully today, and then I'll get that rubbed down, get the decals on it, then we'll re-clear that on its own. That should be done. So let's get some base coat mix. I'm running low on thinners. It's Saturday and I can't get none tomorrow. I thought I had a brand new tub of thinners, but I've not got it. I can't use that gum wash stuff, it's far too aggressive. So I'm going to get done what I can today. Hopefully I've got enough thinners to mix a clear coat. There's a lot of clear coat to go on this tank and all these other parts, so wish me luck.
I'd walk through fire just to be understood in my own neighborhood. No one told me that I could.
All alone in a world where I can seem to feel at home. I don't know where I'm coming from. Someplace that I belong.
All I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls. And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall. And now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. But all I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside this empty, broken wall. just to be understood in my own neighborhood. No one told me that I could. I'd walk through fire just to be understood in my own neighborhood. No one told me that I could.
Look at it out here, sky is practically yellow. What a nice evening it is. Look at that. Hello everyone, Happy New Year. It's 2023, and we've still not got this bike completed. I wanted this bike completed by now. I wanted it completed in November. This has been the longest project I have ever done in my life. I think I've restored my transit van quicker than I've done this bike. It's been very difficult. It's been very difficult because we've had some difficult times since, I'd say since June. You know, it's June last year. Things have just heated up for us. Just before Christmas, I got my van stolen. Yeah, the transit van, the silver one that we bought to go to Ukraine. It was stolen, so that's a bit disheartening. We've not heard nothing back from that yet. So right now I'm going to be clear coating. I've got a fairing panel here. I've got a piece of carbon fibre. The carbon fibre on this, I'll show you. I'll get close in a minute. The carbon fibre on this is in such a really poor condition. When I've been clear coating over these fairing panels, I've noticed just in the exposed carbon fibre areas that there's been, it looks like fish eyes in the paint where there's oxygen trapped within all these weaves here. There's lots of porous spots. So when Aprilia must have been processing this carbon fibre, it looks like it's rushed. It's like race carbon fibre. It's not something to go on show. These bikes were throughout the production line just so they can get into World Superbikes, something like that. So all these carbon panels and things were like race panels. It's just literally make them, get them on the bike, get them sold. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to take a long process to get this done. I've been using gel coat to fill in these little holes because the gel coat will sit in there solid. And sanding that down, but sanding a gel coat down carbon fibre is like sanding glass. It gets so tough when it cures. Anyway, I'll show you what I've got. Where are they? So I've sanded this down now, and if you can look closely there, can you see those little dark spots? I'll try and get in closer. Let me have a look what I can do here. There, you see those little holes? Okay, so those little holes are porous spots which we have to fill in. I've used clear coat because it seems to be better than gel coat to get in there. It doesn't rest on the surface, it soaks in. But there's lots of them all over. I've got the fairing panel here. I have filled in some of these so you won't see them. I've filled them in and clear coated and rubbed it down again, so most of them have gone out there. There's one down there, look, really nasty. What's happening with these is when I've clear coated over, you'd think that when you clear coat over it, the clear coat will just sink into those holes and fill it up, level it up, but it doesn't. It does, but then after a few minutes, I see the the hole form. It's like air's coming out. What's happening is this gel coat here, there's air trapped within this gel coat everywhere, and that's why over a period of time when you're sanding the gel coat down, you expose some of these spots, it pulls it off. So there must not have been, I don't know, vacuum form or something when they were made. These little white patches here where clear coat sunk into these holes. So what I'm going to do is get these filled in. I'm going to clear coat them today, but I'm going to get a brush and dab some clear coat on all these little spots and make sure that there's no air coming back out of it. I've dabbed some clear coat on some of these before on the other parts. what happens is there's air inside here, so when you move it around, it seems to work its way out and come out of these holes where I've been clear coated, like a little volcano. So I go over it, and I just get the same results. So I've got to tackle these problems. Right. So I'm going to mix some clear coat. This place is shit all in it. This place is a mess. I don't like this messy room, but artists are messy, aren't they? You look at an artist studio, pretty messy, innit? Right. Clear coat. Okay, please excuse the mess, but I just want to show you something. Now, notice these two clear coats which are mixed with hardener and thinners. The one on the left is clear and the one on the right is cloudy. Now, I have had a lot of problems with different clear coats and hardeners and stuff like that. Basically, the clear coat is Capsi, the one there. I've run out of hardener, so I've opened a new one. But I put some slow hardener, Profix slow hardener in there. And it's instantly gone cloudy. And I've used this Profix products before, and I've had that same result. I'm not going to use that because I feel that spraying that onto my paint, it looks clear when you tip it. If you're a regular painter, let me know why that is. I'm not going to use that because I think I've had some problems before with some of these products. I don't know if it's a brand or if it's the supplier that's got a lot of crap stuff on their shelves which is out of date or incorrectly stored. That does not look right. And I think some paint jobs I've done previously, this has caused like a cloudy haziness to it in the clear coat. It's not going clear at all. That's mixed straight away with the Capsi stuff and it is clear as a bell. Yeah, that is not right. So that is going to get binned off. I'm not going to use it on anything. I'm just going to stick to this. Right, here we go. I'll just put this down more solid. So I need to find all these little areas to dib dab, so I'm just going to dip that in there. Could do it pouring that into something else really. Where are they? I'm going to start from here. Trying to find where they all are. There we go. One there, one there. Oh, there's millions of them. Hopefully this will fill in these little holes. You can see air coming out, look there. Little air bubbles. So we're going to spray over this. Straight over it with clear coat. I'm brushing that because I can see air bubbles coming out of it, look. See what I mean? See if I can get you in closer. Yeah, there's lots of air bubbles rising out of there. Okay, so these are all cleared. These carbon pieces are all cleared now, but this one's not too bad. I've gone over this 4 times now. Wet sanded, cleared it 4 times. I've even got a paintbrush and tried dabbing in a bit of clear coat on these holes to get rid of those air holes. Try to seal them up, but it just comes back until the clear levels off and seals those holes. So it's very porous. This one's the same. This is going to take another wet sanding down, re-clearing. I reckon another 4 attempts at that. It should be okay, but we're going to see what we can do today. This one as well, the rear hugger, that's incredibly bad. I even tried just loading it up, loading the gun up full fluid and going over that, and I could see the air bubbles just popping as it was flashing off. So it's also got some damage. You see that haziness there. It's just that the carbon fibre is in such terrible shape on these. It will restore up, but I'm on limited time now to get this back to him, so I don't know if I can get this perfect during the time that I've got now. Yeah, the fairing panels were the same. I've had to do that with the fairing panels. Several attempts at those as well. Got them right finally. But this is in terrible shape. There's lots of imperfections you can see there. There's another one here, look. I don't know if I can get that out. I might have just wet sand that right down to the carbon again. Hopefully get these out, because it looks a right mess. But yeah, this is what I've got to contend with this damaged carbon. It's a bit of a pig to restore when it gets to this stage. But wet sand these down now. That should hopefully buff out most of those, but these ones are going to take extensive clearing. Right, let's get to it. It's Sunday and it is 16:25. I started sanding these carbon parts to defect them, and it has taken so long. I started at 8:30 this morning sanding these, and I'm absolutely knackered. My shoulder is killing. I've used a sander and also my shoulder. It's difficult to use a sander on bike parts because they're not flat level, so you can make a mess of it if you do that. So I've had to do it all by hand mostly, and I'm really tired. So I'm going to get these dried up. I'm going to clear up the garage now, clear up the floor. It's a good thing it's wet, the floor, but I'm going to clear up the floor, have a tidy up, get these dried off, and then I'm going to clear coat them. And I think I'll call it a night after that. Right, so the plan is, I'm using this Capsi clear coat. Get this on eBay, the kit, get 3, get thinners, hardener and clear coat. Although they don't get as much hardener as I thought. Mix it 2-to-1 ratio. I've put a lot of thinners in that for clear coat, because hardener actually thins the clear coat down as well. What I'm going to do here is, I want the thinners, the first layer to quite runny. So I want it to settle into any of these pores best I can now. So I'm going to put a light coat on. My first dose of this is going to be thin. Then my next coat, I'm going to make it thicker as I build my way up. So that's what I want to do. I want to let this run, not run and create streaks, but I want it to actually form up better, fill inside those little air pockets if there's any remaining. Right, so I'll give this a stir and get it in the gun.